In this episode, we're taking a look at a brand new Extra Anejo right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Extra Anejo that's coming out this month in September that, well, nobody knows about. You're getting like an exclusive first time review introduction right here on the Tequila Hombre channel, and I'm glad to bring it to you. Okay, so this Extra Anejo has a really interesting story to it. And it's kind of important that you listen to the story and kind of get an idea of what's going on here, because this is different than what we normally see every day from brands, in that this particular Extra Anejo is not a tequila. It is a destilado, but it's still a tequila. Okay, so don't turn off. Don't think it's a mezcal or something like that. It's not. Here's the story. Okay. The brand that is releasing this Extra Anejo was out looking for producers to do their brand originally, before the brand came out, and they were introduced to a father-daughter team. Now, the father and daughter team were part of a family that had been agaveros for 3 generations. They've been growing beautiful agave for other producers for 3 generations. So what happened is, back in the early days, the father, who was an agavero, had decided that they wanted to make their own tequila using the agave that they grow. So he teamed up with a friend of his, and they went and they got a nom, and they built a distillery, and they started a small scale distilling operation. And so they started distilling, and their whole thing, their whole goal was to only produce Extra Anejos. So they started their distilling operation. They were producing Extra Anejos. They got certified by the CRT. And then 2 years into it, the friend got sick. And unfortunately, he had a long battle with sickness, and it ended up taking him. And so during that time, they weren't really producing anymore. They were kind of just waiting to see what happens. And towards the end of his illness, the father got sick. And so then the father had a long, lengthy battle with his illness as well. And the distillery ended up losing their certification because of it. They weren't producing, they weren't putting anything out, and the CRT certification got lost. But meanwhile, they had all this juice that they produced that was aged for Extra Anejos that was sitting there. And the brand that now introducing it was introduced to them, found out that they still had this beautiful Extra Anejo from agave that was ripe and harvested over 9 years ago. So this is back when they were harvesting agave at around 8 to 10 years old. So this was before the height of the boom that we had, where now we see agave being harvested at 5 or 6 years. Back in the older days, back then, they were harvesting 8 to 10-year-old agave, and sometimes even further than that. There's some brands that were actually doing 14-year-old Weber Blue agave. So they went in and they found out that they had this beautiful Extra Anejo that was aged 5 years in barrels. And then it'd been sitting 4 years in stainless steel tanks. And so anytime you have a tequila that's been sitting in tanks for a long period of time, all the beautiful flavors get to meld together, and everything just kind of binds, and just really the spirit has a time to rest and really develop a beautiful flavor profile. So that's what happened here. So they ended up saying, well, we'll buy all of what you have. So they bought the entire batch, and they have to do it as a destilado because it lost its tequila certification, and they had given some to Felipe Camarena at El Pandillo because they work with him on a Toralta brand. That's also part of their brand. And Felipe tried to see if he could get it certified with the CRT, but the CRT wouldn't allow him to certify it because they couldn't go back and and verify all the information on it. So it is basically an uncertified tequila, which it makes it a destilado. So the tequila itself, or destilado, is from Santalez, huh? Now, and it's called the Las Reservas. It is 9-year-old Extra Anejo. It's 5 years in the barrel, 4 years in stainless steel tanks, and is listed as an agave spirit, and it's 100% alcohol by, or 50% alcohol by volume, 100 proof. And it comes in this beautiful stone looking bottle, amazing presentation on it. Of course, it is additive free and made right. All right, so there's the story. There's only 2,400 bottles of this being produced, so it is a limited edition. And once it's gone, it's gone. But they will be offering the father-daughter that they were introduced to is in the process of getting the distillery back certified and back up and running again. And so they will be offering other special projects coming out of the distillery. And I hope to bring you those special projects as well when they are coming to fruition. All right, so there you go. There's the backstory on this destilado. Everything lines up, so it should be great. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tasting portion and see what this destilado is all about. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the bottle. Now in all honesty, and to be completely transparent, I have tried this before. I tried it at a tasting event at Cultura y Sabor in Los Angeles. So I know that it's really good. And I asked them actually to send me a bottle, but we're going to do the tasting notes and stuff here. They sent me a bottle to do the review. And so I'll do it for you. So this bottle was provided by the brand for an honest and unbiased review as well. But I already know it's going to be good because I did taste it before. And Felipe Camarena was there when I was tasting it. So I verified that whole thing too with trying to certify it. All right, so looking at it in the glass, look at that. It coats the glass beautifully. Legs and tears are starting to form, and there it goes. Look at that. Beautiful. So this gave a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Now there's pearls there that all broke off the glass. Looking at the tequila itself, crystal clear with a beautiful light amber look to it. Maybe it's medium amber. And it looks beautiful. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose. Oh gosh, amazing. Definitely picking up beautiful cooked agave, cinnamon, and baking spices right up front. A hint of cherry. Definitely some vanilla and caramel notes coming through. A light sweetness, like a honey top note on it. Apricot. Like dried fruit. It smells amazing. It smells really good. It smells really, really good. Okay, so I, of course, have not had any tequila yet or agave spirits yet today, so I'm going to get my mouth acclimated to 50% alcohol by volume. So give me a second here. All right, things are settled down. Salud. Really silky, oily mouthfeel to it. Beautiful, sweet cooked agave, and cinnamon and baking spices up front, followed by cherry note, even like apricot, like ripe apricot. Dried apricot, dried sweet apricot, vanilla, hint of caramel in there. Beautiful cinnamon and baking spice note still just follows through on the end. A little bit of heat to it. Not bad at all, though. Kind of just makes the flavors and aroma kind of bind together in your tasting experience. This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. People are going to go crazy over this when they try it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah. Amazing stuff. I could drink the living out of this stuff. It is so good. The cherry note is kind of really nice. It kind of rises above everything else. You kind of get that right on the top for me. Kind of like a nice sweet cherry note. Sweet apricot, like dried apricot. You know, when you dry it, it gets and it enriches the sweetness on it. Little hint of oak in there as well. Cinnamon, vanilla, caramel note. Even they hinted to dark chocolate in there as well. Absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is going to be the Extra Anejo of 2024. This is going to be amazing. People are going to love it. I give this one 5 agave, you guys. This is one of the best Extra Anejos I've had in a long time. A solid 5 agave. Absolutely beautiful. You guys are going to love it. I'm going to buy several bottles of it because I want to make sure I have some of this. Now, the best part, suggested retail price on it is $149.99. $149.99. You guys, that's a steal. That is a steal. $149.99 for a 9-year-old Extra Anejo. Amazing. At 100 proof. You can't touch that. I mean, that's solid. Buy several bottles of this. That's amazing. That's amazing price. We're seeing all these other Extra Anejos coming in at way more. But $149.99 is a steal. And I'm going to make sure that they get it at Ferment and Still. So if you want to get it, make sure you join the email list there and get notified when it lands. We'll send an email out. We're definitely going to get some for Ferment and Still. Well, there you go. If you liked the information in this video, make sure you click the thumbs up and give me a like. If you're new to the channel, bienvenido. Welcome. And if you like honest, unbiased reviews, as well as informational videos that give you the power, you the consumer, your power is knowledge. And so when I give you this knowledge for free, you can take it when you go to the liquor stores, shopping for tequila and agave spirits, and it'll make you a more powerful consumer so you don't make mistakes and buying the wrong stuff. If you're interested in that, click the subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time I post a new informational video or unbiased, honest review. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila, or in this case, tequila that is now destilado. So pick up a bottle of the Santaleza Los Reservas when it comes out. Make sure you join the email list at Ferment and Still so you get notified. This stuff's going to sell out quick. It is absolutely delicious. It's perfection as far as an Extra Anejo goes. In my honest opinion, I don't ever taste Extra Anejos as good as this. Salute. Bye, guys.